Okay, I'm back and continuing from where I left off. Well, not exactly where I left off, but just another jump in recording, which usually each recording session is usually like me playing for however long, and I just try to cut up whatever to kind of give you an idea of where I am or where I was during the time of all of this stuff happening. As you can see, I believe this is a. Sorry. I don't know if this is the I think it's the nightmare, right? Where we're introduced to Dahlia. I could be wrong about that. But here I am. I don't believe I have a loot filter. I'm just pushing through the game. And overall, everything feels pretty decent, I think. As you can see, I have golems, so I've either gotten like my second ascendancy trial done, or at the very least my first that you saw me working through in the last one. And I'm running with the fire golem, which I'm blanking on what they do right now. I know lightning is like I think crit and attack speed. Earth is like health and like life regen, or like life regen defenses, something like that. I forget what fire is, but for some reason I thought fire golem would be a good fit. Maybe I thought it worked with the Herald of Ash. I wasn't really reading skills super like often at the time. I was just kind of running and getting things done. So, here's my tree so far. Just putting stuff in, most likely following, like I said, the guy who was making the guides tree, and just pushing through the game. By this point, I'm still using the heralds and I'm still using clarity, but things are okay. Really, and I'm sure a lot of people can probably relate to it. Once you get about halfway through campaign, right, that 5 to 6 act part of the game, that's where things get a little more funkier, a little more clunkier. Enemies are a bit stronger. They take longer to kill. You're a little bit more, not necessarily burnt out, but you're just doing a lot more work, it feels like. And that's good because it's progress. It means things are getting tougher. You're needing to upgrade gear. You're needing to change what it is you've got. Everything is how it should be. And that's great, right? I'm not upset about that. I think that's great. And I definitely do enjoy it. Um, Now, because of this jump in time, things do feel a little weird, I will say. Because, like I said, as you can see, my health is really starting to take hits. I think around this time is when I do actually start dying in campaign, maybe like once or twice, especially if I go like AFK for whatever reason. As you can see, Herald of Thunder is starting to hit way more often, or at least it looks like it is. And I believe it's starting to do a bit more damage. So working down a tree and with whatever gear I've got at the time is is solid. In terms of if anybody's asking what gear I've got, I haven't gotten a divine in campaign at all. So well, not this league. So everything that like I am using 9 times out of 10 is either some rare item that I've made or found. And if it wasn't a rare item that I've made or found, then it is like a unique that was worth like one chaos at least start. And I ended up using it. All right. Here we are. Fast forward a little ways through. You can see my skills haven't really changed. My graphs, or at least one of them has. I think I still have just one graph at the time. You can see all my skills up there on display. I'm not really rocking with a whole lot. Shield charge and frost blink for uh, transportation or getting out of like being stuck in a jam. Um, Ball lightning being my main source of damage. Orb of storms, elemental weakness, divine ire, transfigured, and my graft being my boss melter. But to be fair, even before the grafts, it was really just elemental weakness, orb of storms, and ball lightning and or divine ire. So it's not like you need all of this to like melt bosses in campaign. This is just what I was running. It's what I got my hands on, and I believe the guide that I was using recommended a type of gear that I would need, like a wand that rolled with a certain something on it. I'm blanking on what that specific something is right now. But chances are it had something to do with lightning damage or lightning spells or lightning spell damage, because that was like the majority of my build anyway, right? At this point, I do have some energy shield. It's more than what I had before, but I'm still building up on life. So I'm not even rocking like straight energy shield gear. And I'm still having a pretty decent time. All right. The league mechanic at one point started feeling like it was slowing me down and started feeling like it was a bit much. I did run it pretty heavy for a while, and this was before the league mechanic patch that came that changed some stuff around. But my friend that I usually play with each league was already in the maps, and I was like, like I need to step my game up. So at a certain point, I do stop just running the league mechanics and just push straight through story. I don't think my build changes much at all from last video up until the end of campaign, outside of probably dropping the heralds and changing out some gear. But we'll keep checking as time goes on. So this should be the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.